Das ist kein Techno, Bitch.
I've been experimenting and I think it was like one guy, but still, he asked me if I could recreate those Toza kicks and I tried. I kind of got the gist of them. I feel like to get the exact sound of the kick, you would need to actually like fully implement it in a song, because the way they are mixed, they sound a bit flat combined with usually the screeches or a melody, and they sound like completely mastered, obviously, because it's a finished song. So this tutorial will get you the kind of sound that like Toza got, or I guess Rebellion in turn as well. Yeah, just be aware that this is obviously not the final kick. You would still need to master it. You need to have something else on top of it to get that like full sound kind of. But yeah, this is pretty much how you get those like wide, crunchy sounds. So here we go. The first thing you want to do is have a square wave. On top of that, we want a layer. While experimenting, I found this guy right here to be kind of cool, and I also don't want the high end of this one to be too noticeable. So yeah, after that we choose a key somewhere here. I think usually anything from like F to G works pretty well. E could also work, but I think it's a bit too low maybe. Let's just go with G. Next step is going to be the impact and the movement. You've seen me do this in the Don't Sleep recreation as well. This is just the method that I like to use, and I think it works pretty well. So we'll just have like a little talk at the start now. Oh, I forgot to turn on the randomization. This should probably work. Next we will automate the volume. It can kind of look like this. Just put it on the volume of the two oscillators. Like that. Alright, and that's our basis for our kick. Next up, in EQ, we will use that later. This can add extra texture. After that, reverb. You really don't need that much, like tiny things. You just don't want too much noise on the outside like right away. So yeah, keep it like this. Cut out the highs a bit. Keep the lows actually, because that's how you get that wide bass sound. Yeah, and everything else can kind of stay like this. We can mess around with this a bit later. Next step, pretty much what you always do. Oh, I forgot to turn on the wetness. Next up, your bass point. Just automate that like you would with any other kick, kind of like this. Yeah, just kind of like this for now. Same obviously with the key you wanted to hit in. Let's just go with D. Yeah, this sounds good. So yeah, let's do that and just add a bit more like this, and we will see how we can mess around with this after the distortion. The distortion is kind of simple. I just use two fast distortions. Don't need to have any fancy distortions. This is just the easy way. Put an EQ again. That's kind of nice already. After that, reverb, no wetness, and now you can make it nice and wide again. There we go. Inflator just to make it a bit more thick, and soft clip it at the end. Okay, we definitely don't have enough frequencies, so let's just... Oh no, I know what I forgot. We can now automate the peak. We can just kind of create a shape like this. And we definitely need more like frequencies. Alright, I mean this is pretty much the sound already. From now you just have to find your frequencies that you want to use. You can play around with this EQ because it gives it a bit more shape as well. You can play around with the pitch talk thingy that you made to get like different kinds of impacts. I think this one sounds the cleanest. And if you want to get really crazy, you can add like different harmonics as well to get like interesting sounds. yeah. So this is the setup. You can get really thick basses out of this, and it's kind of similar to what I do anyways, just with a few tweaks that get closer to the sound that you want. Let's try to get closer actually, hold on. Alright, definitely not a perfect recreation, but this is kind of how you get the texture, which is the important part. So yeah, here you go. I hope that helps. I think those kicks sound really cool, and I'm happy that I kind of found a method to kind of get that thingy going. So yeah, here you go. Have some fun with this method. It's not that crazy. Literally just 2 reverbs and square wave. That's the most important part about this, pretty much. Yeah, have fun with it, and thank you for watching again. Bye bye.